What's up, everybody? Pretty Sister here, aka Zach Waters. We're back with another Meet My Beat. Today we're going to talk about a cover I did of Christina Aguilera's Come On Over. And recently this one's kind of popped off randomly on Spotify for some reason. So I thought maybe some people would be interested in how it was made. So this is Come On Over. Let's get into it. We're going to start with the drums. I usually label all my drums in red. And as you can see, there's not a whole lot of them. Let's give you a little sample. So basically all we have here, kick drum. Kick pattern never changes the whole song. Then we have this sample. Also has a little bit of a hi-hat in it. If you know where that sample is from, you're a real one. Maybe we'll save that for another video. And then we have another clap that comes like once every bar. It's just this. And then we have this J Dilla kit, some hi-hat, just some more hi-hats. And as you can see, they're not quantized. They're just ever so slightly. Some are on pretty much on grade, some are really behind, but it gives it that kind of stank feel to it. That's pretty much the drums. The only different drums that we have are in the bridge in this moment here. That's just the same samples that I was using. So I did, this with the kick. Give me what a man. It's just a kick and an open hi-hat sample. But then I added a live kit, just, MIDI. It's like a 70s Logic kit, nothing crazy. But let's see what that sounds like by itself. Remember, yeah. I took some time doing these fills. I wanted to make it feel like a live kind of moment. Like, what would you do with a song live? Instead of just like looping into another chorus or whatever, I wanted to make a moment happen. And you could see here that there's a compressor. There's a RC20 on here to make it sound a little older. Oh, actually, no, it has snare buzz on it, which is a cool preset because it almost adds like, when you're in a room with a live drum set and if you play anything, the bottom snares on the snare they rattle the snare unless somebody puts a hand on the snare or there's like a blanket on the snare. So it kind of adds that texture to everything. Let's see how it sounds actually without it. And then with it. Yeah. It gives everything a little rattle to it, which is cool. I think that's like a cool trick to make things sound, especially with drums, like make them sound a little bit more live. Or in like a room. And then I think the most important plugin on this is the transient master, which basically just brings the sustain down of the drums. Because I think without it, there's a lot of room happening, and I want it to sound like bone dried 70s drums, just smackers. And then the glue, I got it on a full parallel setting. So they're getting compressed a lot. And then they have a little bit of room reverb, a small room reverb on them. And then last thing for the drums is in the last chorus, we get one extra snare. I'm over here, baby. Yeah, man. And that also has a transient master on it because otherwise it sounds like that. Kind of dookie. Not with it on. Just a little hits a little harder. It's like a little pop. So that's the drums. Bass. Just one bass on the whole song. I played it on my Novation bass station, which I love. As you can see, it's comped. I didn't quantize it. I wanted to make sure it had that feel. also thought it would be cool to have a subby synth bass. So what I love about the Novation is you could do stuff like this and it sounds really good. That awesome little slide. And then it's got this really cool aftertouch function where you can, so like right in that spot right there, you just press the key harder and it activates the LFO to wiggle. I love that. I love that synth. It's one of my favorite synths. So that's the bass. And then we have piano. I just used Keyscape. And I didn't even compress it. I didn't EQ. I didn't do anything with it. And it's just the upright, which sounds so good. It sounds so real. It doesn't even have any reverb on it. Wow. I think there's something else happening here. This is in the pre-chorus. What did I put in there? Okay, a little Wurlitzer chorus wash with a tremolo on it. Don't wanna play that game with. And then we have another Keyscape Key Vintage Vibe EP. Whew. I love Keyscape. That's just Keyscape, like, didn't really need compression. And that kind of comes through the whole song. And then we get organ in the post-chorus of every chorus. Something about just like those little organ hits just really give like really subtle. First chorus, they don't happen until the post chorus. Second chorus, they happen right at the front, right from the jump. And then we also use it right here. You know. Woo! Yeah, wow. I played that. Cool for me. And then another thing that I don't use a lot actually is acoustic guitar. Only in the choruses, I think. So. So it's nicely edited. I'm not the best guitar player, like good enough to record. So I make up for my shortcomings as a guitar player as an editor. Honestly, I just recorded that on my iPhone and I put a CLA guitar on it and I put an LFO tool on it so it kind of can duck a little bit. And then there's a sample delay on it to spread it to make it a little bit more stereo. But like without it, it's really empty. And that acoustic guitar just kind of pushes it through a little bit. Makes it just drive a little bit without being too aggressive. And then other guitars. So there's just like little noodly jazz guitar that I played on like on that telly back there. Just little noodling. Just for vibes. Like that little moment I think really pops out. It gives it like this like sweet nostalgia. That's the word. Ooh, I think that's the moments right there. Little hammer-ons. Shit's messy as fuck, but it sounds good. Playful. Oh, that's just an ad lib. That's awkward. What is he doing there? What else is? Cool. As far as the whole track, instrumentally, that's it. These drums in red, this one bass, a couple of piano tracks, and a couple of different keyboards, and then the acoustic guitar, and then we have the surf jazz, as I call it, verby telly guitars. That's about it. And then everything else is vocals. So let's get into vocals. There's a lot of vocals on this song. Basically everything from here down to, everything down from there to there is all vocals. I think with this one, because it's a Christina Aguilera song, it needs to have vocals. The vocals gotta slap. So it was a real challenge to bring my A game as far as singing goes. Hey girl, don't you know I also wanted to keep the vocal relatively dry and like here instead of far away and like indie sounding. I got an invitation, don't you? Let's look at the vocal processing here. This is a vocal processing that I use a lot. It's probably, some people might say it's really extra. I obviously at this point hadn't learned subtractive EQ yet. I think a vocal sounds pretty good. I recorded on this exact mic. Hey girl, our compressor. You know, I got something going already I'm like, that should be hitting at least -3. Ooh, I fucked up. Yeah. That's my bad. I got it now. But a lot of times too, it's like I'm creating shit on the fly and I'm like I'm like mixing as I go. I'm not really like going crazy on the mix. So how much is this compressor? Don't you keep me. Less than 3 dBs. Okay. De-esser, we got the glue, another de-esser. We got that Pensado preset on the, what is it, a C4? And then I got also a C6. This is so extra. I've since done a little bit more shit. And then we've got the Teletronics. Honestly, this is, sometimes this compressor does not work for me. It's really aggressive sounding. Like this without it. Ooh, yeah. Keep me waiting like with it. Ooh, yeah. Also, what was I thinking with that run? Getting crazy. Okay, sends. What do we got? We got a small room. We have a large hall, very little. I have the delay here, but it's not doing anything. I got a micro shifter. Wow. Yes. Aphex, this boy right here. Warming male voice preset. I send it there. Let's listen without it. Hey girl, don't you know I got something going on? This is with it. Ooh, yeah. I got an invitation, don't you keep me waiting all night long. So sometimes it's subtle and sometimes it's not. I think it really adds a finishing, like crispy touch to make a vocal sound really like pop and like mixed. And that's the same process. So on the pre-choruses, I wanted to sound washier. So you notice there's a space designer literally on the track because I wanted to send it to the same bus as the verse, but I wanted it to kind of hit the pre-chorus and then it becomes this kind of dreamy moment, right? Hey. That ARP, where is it? This is also from the bass station, by the way, this ARP right here. So that kind of transitions us into the pre-chorus. I know you know, so baby don't pretend you won't. The reason I did that is so that I wanted the chorus to kind of come to this kind of, moment where it kind of sucks down and it's like in your face. The pre-chorus is kind of out in space and then the chorus comes in and is like, whoa. We're right here. And then as far as backgrounds go, just pretty standard. I know you know. So a little harmony. I know you know. Pretend you won't. Those are being sent to another bus, and it's just the pre-backgrounds. I know with your baby. Listen to me. All I want is you. Well, come over here, baby. All I want is you. Also, this chorus main vocal is right in the middle, and it just dries a bone. And then more vocals come in here. That's yep. Okay, now we got the second verse happening here. And second verse, I obviously needed to add some more action happening. So we have these purple fellows. Bulges sexuality. Yeah. Can't help myself. big inspiration from D'Angelo. I love his backgrounds. No one will ever match this man. But that was inspired by him. Some crunchy backgrounds, some counter melodies here.
Well, I can't help myself when you put your hands on me.
Part of the thing is I didn't really know what to add there, like instrumentally, and so I thought add more background vocals and just make an instrument, make a part out of that. Then we had another pre-chorus. Look at my color coding too. I'm really proud of this organization here.
When you and I get close, get tight, listen to me. Well, come over here, baby.
So same thing. Those big stacks, main vocal. All I want is you. Those big stacks. And then the next moment that we get new is the rhapsody. And so this was also a challenge here because I almost didn't do this part because it has that little rap to let me turn the tune when it what you like. And I was like, I don't want to do that part. I guess I could just cut that out. It was just a challenge because a lot of times you work on these bits for so long and I'm like, should I just like leave it at a 2-chorus thing? It's just a cover, whatever. Anyway, I'm glad I did it. I hit this main vocal. So that moment took me probably hours, maybe days, figuring out how to fill it out. And I think these backgrounds really help right here.
What a man feels, what a man likes, what a man needs, what a man wants.
So it's cool. It does a what a man feels, what a man likes, what a man wants, which is fun. And then we go into the last.
Well, come over here, baby. You know you make me go crazy.
So these are the new addition in the vocals.
Come over here, baby.
Which I love this part.
Come over here, baby.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That was something that I had a hard time not adding to the second chorus. But I was like, you know what? You got to save something for the third chorus. So that's gonna get it there.
Come over here, baby. You know you make me go crazy. Now, baby, don't be shy. You better cry.
And processing wise, it's the same as the other stuff. It might have a little bit more reverb, a little bit more micro shifters on it because it's a background. So that's the vocals. A lot of vocals, a lot of time, and that's it. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for watching a new episode of Meet My Beat. That was Come On Over. Let me know in the comments if you want to hear any different songs, if you want me to get into more detail about my mixing stuff, my vocal stacking, whatever. Just let me know. Make sure to subscribe, follow me on Instagram, follow me on TikTok. Have a good one. Thanks, y'all.